This is Politics with Laura, and there's some breaking stuff going on. Marjorie Taylor Greene, she has put forth articles of impeachment of Joe Biden, and I have to say, I'm surprised. I really am. I thought that this was going to go on forever. But however, someone put their foot down and said enough is enough. And it, I'm just glad something is happening. I really am. Now, many may not agree with me. Keep in mind, I am a liberal, or not a liberal, oh my God, an independent. An independent. So Democrat, Republican, I'm not on those plantations. And yes, I call them plantations because that's exactly what they are. Now, I tell people, you have to earn my vote. It doesn't come easily. I got to get something. If you want my vote, I give you my vote. You give me what I want. Now, some of you who are blind, put party over country, that is a big problem, a huge problem, because country comes first, then party. And as you can see, many Democrats have put party over country. As you can see at the state of the country, what's going on. Uh, and hey, it is what it is, as they say. Now, last time I did this, I had problems with my little chat. And it is, oh, okay, I got the wrong one. Okay. It's always something, always something. Come on. I'm sorry. I'm having struggle streaming already. It's, oh, come on. Let it work. I go through all this stuff. Okay. I'm successful. All right, well, let me try to bring it up over here on YouTube. Did it show up? Yeah, sometimes it's a little difficult as I'm doing several things. I thought I had everything up because I'm not using StreamYard because I don't have as many cool things on StreamYard as I do with this one here. Thank you so much. I don't have as many cool things that I need, and it's not. Oh my goodness. This right here is a pain. It's not showing up. Let me continue talking. So there's a lot going on in Marjorie Taylor Greene. I have her interview, so I'm going to play it in a second. Let me just make sure everything is right and I'm not on my other channel that happened last time. It's a pain, and please forgive me. Please forgive me. Hang there with me. Please hang there with me. Because Marjorie Taylor Greene, whether if you like her or not, you don't have to like her. But there, finally. Finally, okay. It is up. Thank you. Okay. All right. I'll do it like this. All right, I'll combine my screens. That's what I'll do. Okay. Now, Marjorie Taylor Greene is not a liked person. Many people don't like her, and I hear all the horrible things you say about her. However, one thing you can never say about her is that she is not anti-American. She's country first, then party, and that's how it's supposed to be. Now, you can ask other people from other countries, and they put their country first, even though they left their country. But they put their country first, then party. And they put their country so much first that they're in the United States waving their flags from their country. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make it up. You truly can't. But you might want to take a note of that. I need my cafe au lait with hazelnut. All right. So let's go ahead and get to this right here.
The Constitution was written by men who believed in a God-fearing nation, provides the ultimate guide on how to govern a civil society. Every word was carefully chosen to give each branch of government the power to check and temper the other. These men knew that with unchecked power, any branch of government could lose sight of the job they were hired to do and become beholden solely to the power they wield. This is what has happened in America today. Power corrupts. The Biden administration is proof of it. From the top down, virtually every person involved in this disturbing America Last executive branch has weaponized their office to target their political opponents. It's unprecedented, and it's not the American way. This week, I've solemnly and soberly chosen to use the powers that the founders provided and issue a check against what the Biden administration thinks are unfettered powers. It's something I don't take lightly. On Tuesday, I submitted articles of impeachment against the U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia, Matthew Graves. Mr. Graves is derelict in his duty as the chief prosecutor for Washington, D.C. He is in a unique position of the top law enforcement officer for both federal and local crimes, but he's refusing to do his job. Under his watch, 67% of arrests have gone unprosecuted. Many of these are violent crimes where the victims are left wondering, where has justice gone? It's no wonder that he is ignoring these acts that destroy the lives of residents of our nation's capital because he is solely focused on a 3-hour event that happened on January 6, 2021. He is devoting his entire office to maliciously prosecuting as many people as he possibly can, including nonviolent, peaceful protesters. Graves is refusing to do his job. He must be impeached. On Tuesday, I also submitted articles of impeachment against FBI Director Christopher Wray. Director Wray has turned the Federal Bureau of Investigation into the personal police force of Joe Biden and Attorney General Merrick Garland. It is wholly unacceptable for the FBI.
Keep in mind, the FBI also used Twitter. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. This country, the Biden administration, has gone so far to the left to where, okay, I'm going to back up. I'll let her talk.
FBI director or any civil officer to use their power in a way that targets one political class and favors another. Wray has used Soviet-style tactics in his targeting of average Americans and placed threat tags on everyone from pro-life groups to traditional Catholics. He even sent armed agents to the home of President Donald Trump, who is also the current frontrunner in the Republican presidential election, in a politically motivated raid to influence an upcoming election, all while shielding the current Democrat president's vile son from a criminal probe. Wray is using his extremely powerful law enforcement role for political purposes. He must be impeached. Yesterday morning, I introduced articles of impeachment against Attorney General Merrick Garland. Since Merrick Garland took over as Attorney General, he has completely weaponized the Department of Justice to the point under his control it has become the Department of Injustice.
And not to mention, I mean, just mm, they have weaponized the DOJ has allowed to run amok FBI, all these different agencies to the point to where parents going to school boards are getting arrested because one gentleman at a school board was arrested because he went and confronted the school board and the president, not the president, but the principal, because his daughter was sexually assaulted and nothing was done by a student who lived an alternative lifestyle and is another gender. But when that occurred, they protected the student that had another gender, but did not protect the student that was sexually assaulted. You can't make this stuff up. So the father was arrested. Where's the justice? And not only that, Biden, you have gone too far.
The politicization of the DOJ has resulted in the persecution of the left's political enemies and a two-tier justice system. Garland is using the FBI as the personal police force for his boss, Joe Biden. He has launched investigations into everyone from parents who protest their local school boards to former and future President Donald J. Trump. Nothing short of election interference. His corruption knows no bounds. While Antifa and BLM terrorists have caused billions of dollars in property damage and taken lives, Garland instead persecutes Americans who engaged in legitimate political protest, people who were overwhelmingly not.
I mean, just the fact that I'm agreeing with her makes me want to go take a shower because I really don't agree much with what Marjorie Taylor Greene says, but I can recognize the fact that she's putting the country first. Joe Biden has sold this country out for his benefit, for him to pocket money. I mean, all this information is coming out. And Democrats, I feel bad for you because a lot of you put party over country and you put everything into the person, and you got to stop doing that. Country first. Okay.
Nonviolent, many of them just walking through the Capitol. Garland's total politicization and perversion of the American justice system has only one remedy: impeachment. Yesterday, I also introduced articles of impeachment against Department of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. Since assuming office, Secretary Mayorkas has aided and abetted the complete invasion of our country by deliberately flooding our nation with drugs, terrorists, and illegal aliens. Mayorkas has allowed approximately 6 million illegal border encounters and 1.4 million known gotaways. But how many more don't we even know about? He has intentionally diverted resources away from our borders, stopped construction of the border wall, and broke existing laws by allowing mass parole for illegal aliens. Mayorkas ended President Trump's Remain in Mexico policy, and we are back to the days of catching and releasing illegal aliens directly into the United States. Mayorkas stated under oath that we have operational control of our borders. He lied to the American people, he lied under oath, and he has blatantly violated his oath of office. Secretary Mayorkas must be impeached. It is with the highest amount of solemnity that I announce my intention to introduce articles of impeachment today on the head of this America at Last executive branch that has been working since January 20th, 2021 to systematically destroy this country. The President of the United States, Joseph Robinette Biden. Joe Biden has deliberately compromised our national security by refusing to enforce immigration law.
Did she say Joseph Robinette Biden? Robinette. Okay, I'm sorry.
Laws and secure our border. allowed approximately 6 million illegals from over 170 countries to invade our country, deprive Border Patrol of the necessary resources and policies sufficient to protect our country. And his administration has willfully refused to maintain operational control as required by the law.
Okay, I can most definitely attest to this because where I live at, there are a lot of people that come here that only been here for 1 week, 2 days, and they have mm, they have an ID. They have a they have an ID. They have food stamps. They have a Medicaid card. They have cash. They can go to Giant or Safeway because they have accounts where they go there once a week or once a month or something like that and get money. Joe Biden did this. You have homeless Americans have no place to go, but Joe Biden is putting these people that I call Democrats, voting Democrats. Oh, and plus I get a voter registration card that says Democrat. Yes. Come to the DMV area if you can find one person that has come here for less than a week or month or whatever. They got it. She's saying it's absolutely correct. I know it because I see it. I talk to the people, and they say that they are not asylum seekers. They want a job. That's it. They want a job, and they want their children to go to school to teach them English. So running out there, bettering their life, that comes a little later because their children are going to teach them English. It's a mess. It is a complete mess.
He has allowed fentanyl, the #1 killer of Americans between the age of 18 and 45, to overwhelmingly flood into our country and kill around 300 Americans every single day. These aren't just Americans, these are people's family members. These are their sons, their daughters, their brothers, their sisters, their mothers, their fathers, their cousins, aunts, and uncles. These are American families. His administration has lost complete contact with approximately 85,000 unaccompanied illegal alien children. And his policies have forced tens of thousands of illegal children into slave labor. Where are these kids? No one even knows. It's horrible.
They know. They know. I mean, I hear little whisperings as far as where these children are at on some kind of agricultural place planting food. I mean, I just, that right there is the running rumor. It's a rumor.
Joe Biden has reinstated catastrophic and disastrous catch and release policies, which have allowed illegals to flood our country and our communities. He ended Remain in Mexico and reinstated catch and release. Under Biden's command, the Secretary of Homeland Security has illegally granted mass parole to aliens when U.S. federal law only permits parole to be granted on a specific case-by-case basis. He endangered the lives of Americans by allowing illegal aliens who had tested positive for COVID-19 to enter our country and infect American citizens, yet while enforcing strict COVID policies on American citizens. His policies, directives, and statements surrounding the southern border have violated our laws and destroyed our country. Biden has blatantly violated his constitutional duty, and he is a direct threat to our national security. Therefore, Joseph Robinette Biden is unfit to serve as the President of the United States and must be impeached.
And I agree. He must be impeached. Now, Donald Trump was impeached for him having orange hair, his skin. No, okay. They came up with stuff that wasn't true. You can see what Joe Biden is doing. It is visible to any and everyone. Now, whether if you have a personal stake in having the 6 million people come in, and a lot of them come in here to go with their families or whatever it is. Okay, I'm gonna leave that one alone. But
Out in the real world, where American taxpayers live, employees are fired when they are corrupt or aren't adequately serving their employer or purposely destroying a company. In this case, the employer is the American people because they pay the salaries. They pay the salaries of everyone in the federal government. The Constitution outlines a very simple process to fire the corrupt officials serving in the federal government: impeachment. Matthew Graves, Christopher Wray, Merrick Garland, Alejandro Mayorkas, and Joe Biden are all corrupt and unfit to hold office, and they all must be impeached. This concludes impeachment week. And now I can take.
Drinking warm water before bed restores healthy.
hey, you may not like her, and it's not about you liking her. No, that has nothing to do with it. It is about putting the United States first. And if you cannot put country first, then you are anti-American. And that's what I'm just simply saying to you. If you're offended by anything that she said, because her constituents are saying, hey, you got to do something. And wait, let me see. I was watching Matt Gaetz when he was down in Texas, and Alejandro Mayorkas was doing zero, zero. And one of the guys, I can't remember his name or what his position was, but he was saying how there is so many people coming in every day that they cannot absorb the people. And where I live at, the homeless shelters are overflown. I mean, buses every day. They come to Union Station every day. Buses still come and drop off illegal immigrants. And if you don't like me saying illegal immigrants, when you look on that green card, it says alien identification number. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at the terminology. If you don't like it, then hey, then you might want to change the way you do things. Just a thought on that right there. But Marjorie Taylor Greene, I don't always agree with her, but she puts America first. And everything that has happened under Joe Biden's watch. I personally believe, and this is just simply my personal belief, is that the Democrats are losing ground. People are getting tired of their lives, and they're looking at the Republican Party saying, hey, you're offering some tangibles. Well, why not just simply open up the floodgates, let the people come in, bend the Constitution, use federal law in different states to all the different mayors and governors that are doing this to bend the law to give people IDs when they didn't even go through the proper channel, did none of those things. And again, give them food stamps and everything what they need to be a Democratic voter. So you could vote in local elections. Now, I'm curious, where is she at? Right here. Is this it? No. Here, the mayor of Washington, D.C. She and the city council, except for one, gave illegal immigrants The right to vote on local elections. I mean, I haven't even had a chance to look at the DC Constitution, let alone where does this fit in. I believe trying to use the 14th Amendment or something like that to be able to get the people to vote, to find some kind of way, because the Democratic Party is losing leverage. They're losing big time, and they're doing anything to stay in power. It doesn't matter. They're trying to do whatever they can. Sad, but true. This is the state that the United States is in. Now, some of you say, oh, well, Laura, politics with Laura, oh, you are a Republican, you're a Trump supporter, why don't you ask me what my political affiliation is instead of sitting there coming up with something? I am an independent. However, I put country first. The United States first, and then things after that, because I believe in the republic. I don't know where they get this democracy from. They got to stop with that dumb stuff. But what do you think? Do you agree with Marjorie Taylor Greene for breaking, well, I can't say breaking rank because her constituents told her to do it. And plus, by her being a representative, she has every right, and she used that right to bring up articles of impeachment on Joe Biden. I mean, we're not even getting into the bigger stuff that he had. Well, the border is big. That's huge. But we're not even getting into what he's doing internationally. We're not even getting into that Hunter Biden laptop. We're not even getting into him having all of this classified documentation while he was vice president, while his son was over there in the ukulele country. I can't even say it because the UT zaps everything. The ukulele country, and getting on boards of different energy companies and helped destabilizing it, got rid of Poroshenko, got rid of him, and then installed, interestingly enough, Zelensky. Oh man, look at my other stuff. I go into it. I go into it. Just look at my other stuff. And I lay it out. And and what's his name? I can't remember his name, but he was the president of the European Union. He could have stopped this. He could have stopped it, but he had this tulips and daisies ideology back in, what was it, 2015, 2016. All this could have stopped, but he didn't do it. But I digress. What are your thoughts? You can't make this up. You can't make this up. But besides that, people hating Marjorie Taylor Greene, you can hate her all you want. You can love AOC all you want. You can love Ilhan Omar all you want. You can love Rashida Tlaib, can't remember her last name, all you want. But Marjorie puts country first. Matt Gaetz puts country first. They are so unliked. People hate them, but hey, they're not here to be liked. Their constituents voted for them to do a job, and that's what they're doing. And them doing a job pisses you off, then I guess they must be doing a good one because you're mad. On that note, I want to thank you for stopping by. Please put something constructive in the in the comment section. And let me see, insulting me, calling me names. That, thank you for helping the algorithm. If that's what you want to do, thank you, because it. And then if you really want to go far, dislike the video, and then tell me why you didn't like it if you want to go that route. But other than that, I want to thank you for stopping.